I have a friend at church who is a businessman that goes in and helps businesses and stuff. Quite involved in our business over the last year and a half, trying to get some of this stuff worked out, because the plans that work on small scale don't always work on a bigger scale. Our total sales from the food trailer into where we are now, we've increased by 4 or 5-fold. And the food costs, we have a much bigger budget or a much bigger menu now than we did in the trailer. To start off, we kept a limited number of meats, limited number of options on there, because you can only do so much in a food trailer. And then as we got into the restaurant, if you're not careful, you can add too much stuff too fast, because then you've watered down your desire for everything on the menu. So we've been slowly adding things in and culling things out as we've gone. That's like in the food trailer, we did a smoked hamburger, but we looked at what it was costing us to do it. We looked at our sales, and we were averaging less than 1 hamburger a day, but I have to keep lettuce, tomato, onions, keep fresh patties in there for cooking and everything. And it just wasn't coming out, because when you're selling one a day, you end up throwing away a lot of produce when it goes bad. And we try in our business to keep everything as fresh as we can. One time we ran out of some food, and they said, you know, well, just throw some more barbecue on. And I said, well, I'm going to, and it'll be ready tomorrow, because our barbecue, the butts and the brisket cook 12, 14, 18 hours, depending on what it is. And so you don't just throw another one in the smoker and have it pull out in a little while. And ours has a long lead time to it. We try to keep our inventory at a point where we think we can sell this much, and ideally you sell the last one as you close the door, but that very rarely happens. So you got a little bit left over to roll into tomorrow, or you just run short that night, and some people have to eat something different than what they wanted. So there's a lot of give and take, a lot of adjusting that you have to do, because it's very much a perishable item that you're working with. So you can't, on Monday, cook enough to last all week, that sort of thing. But with food, especially with barbecue, it's a much different animal. We do a lot of catering also. In the next 3 days, ordered already to go out on 3 different orders. 100 pounds of sliced turkey breast, 40 pounds of sliced ham, plus some sides going in there. He's feeding 120 teachers at the high school. And then he turned around and said, well, my wife says I need to add in 110 more for the teachers at the elementary school. That was a 3-day notice, you know. I said, well, if you're gonna do that, we gotta know now if you wanna do this or not, because I gotta start preparing everything and get ordering in more food. Because you don't keep an extra couple of 100 portions of something laying around. We try to be involved as much as we can. We're not able to be involved as much as we'd like, but like we donate gift cards to different organizations that are raising funds or something, like the Jingle Bell Run that's coming up here in a couple of weeks. We give gift certificates for them to give out to their contestants. We've done stuff with Pirates on the Panhandle for their fundraising. A couple of months ago or a month ago, we were in the Smoke on the Square at the Catholic Church. We went in as a contestant there, and part of the money raised there was going for charities that the Catholic Church goes with. We do a lot of things with our church, and whenever we have churches come up and talk about catering and stuff like that, we try to give them a better deal on it to help stuff. We deal with the schools and stuff. We've done things with some of the athletic sporting teams. We've fed them before, and we give them a cut, you know, when they're cut the price on it for them to help them out. We like to say we're willing to put our money where your mouth is. If you come in and it's your first time there and you've never eaten stuff, we'll give you a taste of things. To me, it's not fair to have somebody that's never tasted your food and they come in and they say, well, what's good? And you know, actually, I have to say everything. We don't have everything that's bad or I wouldn't have it on the menu. Right. Typically, we'll give them a taste of brisket and pork, just a little bite, you know, so they can know at least if they like it or not. And a lot of people are just amazed that we would take that kind of an attack of here, taste it. We try to be good stewards of what we have, but we also try to pass on our, for lack of a better term, expertise to allow more people to enjoy what we do. We're very much involved in trying to do the best that we can. We're not only, we're representing the Lord in what we do. And all it takes is us getting too greedy or us not presenting ourselves in the way we need to. But it's, I think that's one of the keys to our success. And it's not anything we've done, it's something that He's allowed us to do.